Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make 5 treats. So we're going to skip some of the stamping, although I will show you a couple of tips and tricks, and then we'll move into the assembly. I've already pre-cut the boxes. The stamp set we're using is Bewitching, and that will give us the hat and the feet. There's a few other things. There's 3 hats that you can choose from. It goes along with a Witch Hat Builder Punch to be able to do the hat, some stars, and the band. So you can also do this in plain paper. You can do it in decorative paper. You can do all kinds of things with it. We're going to be a little bit more simple with that. And of course, you know, you don't usually have all these different kinds of treats, but I wanted to give you a variety. So if you saw one that you particularly liked, you could see how it works. There's Design a Treat Box. It's this one. Of course, I put a little bat on it because that's what's going on now. But they have bunny ears. They have, under here, you can't see it very well, but they have reindeer ears. They have just a simple closure box. They have the numbers on it, so you could actually make these boxes to be Advent boxes. So you could use that as a countdown kind of thing. And then there's a tag. So this is a pretty handy dandy one, although it does make a rather small box. You can get 4 Star-Kissed individually wrapped in here. The next one is Mini Pocket Envelope, and that's what this one is. I've got 2 Hershey bars in there, little minis. So that's that one. That can also fit a gift card, which comes in very handy. It can also make a bow. So that's another one. This one you're probably familiar with, the Cracker and Treat box. That's this one. And I think I put 3. So 3 Hershey's fits in there. Of course, Kisses would work really well. I didn't tie it purposely, so I'm not going to bother. So I can put it back in, but you just tie it off. You don't even have to make a bow. It makes a very simple project. And then lastly, I've got the Pillow Box, which is this one. After I put it together, I put a Velcro dot on it. I would close it permanently if I was giving it as a gift, but because I wanted to show you the inside, I used the Velcro dot. But you can get 2 of the Hershey. You can almost get 3, not quite. So maybe something else would be a better choice. But anyway, so that's that. And then this one, all I did was use our medium-sized clear envelopes. You get 50 of them for $5.50, I think. So very inexpensive to make. And as you can see, I have 2 Reese cups in there. And that's where I use the feet. Okay. In case I didn't mention it, which I didn't, my blog is called stampmesilly.com if you're seeing me on YouTube. My email address is jandufour@yahoo.com. And if you don't have another demonstrator and you'd like a catalog for free, just give me an email. Or you can shop online at jandufour.stampinup.net. I'm having a hard time with my words today. All right, trying to get it all in so this isn't too long a thing. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stamp. And as you know, when I do multiples, I always use a template. Well, maybe I use a template. And see, I've moved it. So I'll show you how to use a template. I just punched this out. Oh, it's because I'm using the wrong one. Very good. I just punched it out. And then I always put it up in the upper top corner. And then I sit this inside until it holds. And then after that, I can punch out a bunch of these and very quickly stick them in here and go ahead and stamp them. And the reason this is quicker if you're making multiples is you're not trying to get that punch to line up every single time. But I'll show you how that works. Of course, using the Stamparatus has multiple advantages. For one, making multiples is really quick. For 2, if you didn't stamp it right the first time, or in a case where you have a lot of solid stamping, As you can see, it didn't quite get it in a couple of places, but that's an easy fix with the Stamparatus. I think other than a cutter, if I had to choose one tool, I would choose the Stamparatus. I use it for everything. I don't like to hold big stamps. So there we go. We'll set that aside so we can use it later, and put my template away in my template box because I can reuse it. And then for the feet, I just figured out the size that you need is 3 inches by 1.5 inches. And I just lined it up with a piece of scrap paper that I had a line with, that I know that this will stamp right up to the very top of the line, so it doesn't look like her hat's floating too far away. That would be weird. And again, because it's a solid stamp, and I probably could use some inking on my memento, but still, even so, it's hard to get this solid a stamp. But there you have it. So our stamping is done. I'm going to put the Stamparatus away. For assembly, we'll just start. I got sorry, I didn't mean to bump the thing. I've got all of them here. Of course, let me close this before I get it all over myself, because that's a common happening. And you want to use a stylus and not throw your brushes around if you can help it. And of course, you want to burnish all of the edges. This box is really simple. There's no tricks to it. There isn't anything you have to figure out other than to fold on all of the little lines. And then the other thing is, this one folds in, this one folds back. But if you did it wrong, you would figure it out, because your little tabs wouldn't be sticking out. So here you have it. And when I made my box, I'll show you, I put one together before, and you can decorate these. The template actually has little cutouts so that you could, you don't have to do that by hand. But I wanted to show you, by not gluing it together, that you can get 4 starbursts in there. When you were giving this away to a person, I would probably advise that you glue it once you've got your treat in there. It stays together fairly well. I lied. No, it stays better with cardstock without any glue. The cardstock is thicker, of course, and that's part of it. But let me see. Yeah, it's not going to stay together. So you're going to have to glue these 2 little tabs together. And then when you put, I have another one cut out here. When you just set this along the side, it goes, oops, in here and in here. Well, that'll hold it together. There you go. And there's your little bat. So that's one done. Now, the next one up is a cracker. Everybody knows what the cracker looks like because you've seen it at multiple holidays. I know I'm just using my fingers, but I'm trying to get this done a little quickly so that this video is not too long. I could have just made a couple of treat boxes, but I figured this was all about treats, so I just wanted to make as many as I could. So you hold that for just a moment. You can put it with the glue side down and burnish it with your bone folder. When you burnish paper that has glue on it, it tends to soak into the paper a little bit better. This, you just have to work a little bit. Just bending them in as you go around, and then they will all fold together, and you can tie them off with a string. Voila. I won't do this one. Again, this is what it looks like, and it holds, well, 3 Hershey bars or other things. And again, I just tied it off without a bow. I'm kind of going through these quickly. Again, I'm trying to get to the spot where I can give you a little bit of tips and tricks. This one is a very simple one as well. No explanation needed. It even miters it for you, which I think is outstanding. And then you just put a little bit here and a little bit here. If you already know what you're going to put in here, other than say a gift card, if you think that there's going to be something that has a little bit of bulk, when you put this together along here, don't put it all the way up to the edge. Kind of make it straight on the bottom. And then if you can see this, I didn't go all the way over to the edge. And that will give it already a little bit. And then when you squeeze it, you certainly have more room. So again, just not putting it all the way over to the edge. It will stay glued. You just have to be patient a little bit and hold it for a little bit. And as you can see, it leaves it with a little bit of a pocket gap. And that works out. And then you can either put a black one, or I'm saving that one for the, or I did a bunch of purple ones as well. Whichever you like is there, it's all good. So that's 4, and then we're gonna do the last one. And this one is not hard. It just takes a little bit of patience. So I would not make 700 of these if you were doing a bunch of things. So of course you do this. The trick is, let's see if you can see this. Not sure, but the edges here are rounded. So you want to make sure you start over here, make sure that you got a good pinch there and a good pinch there. Start that first. And then it just seems to go down. So I'll do it again. Just pinch over here where you know it's got to be, and pinch over here. And then you've already got your starting thing. And you do have to pinch all along it, because if you don't, you can't burnish it, but that's what you need to do to it. So pinch up in the corner, pinch up in the corner, pinch it down and kind of feel it. Pinch up, pinch up in the corner, pinch up in the corner. And if you get off track, you really need to fix it, because it will not close if you don't do it. And whether you put which one on the outside, personally, I don't think it matters. I've done it both ways. I suppose if you're looking at it, it would look nicer if the backside one came in first and you put this one. Once you bring them together, you can kind of pinch, see how it's up. It's not quite pinched enough. It was enough to get it going, but it wasn't enough to really make a nice pocket there. And then you can, I've made one using our tear and tape, but really I think this works the best. Like I said, it takes a second, because you gotta put it on there, and you gotta hold it, make sure it's lining up with the edges all the way, and you got to hold it for a second. But then, that's about all it takes. So it's not really difficult. We'll go ahead and put some more on this one and pull that one in and slide this one over. Again, you might have to pinch it again, and then put your finger inside and hold it. It's a rounded curve, so you can't lay it down on the desk and hold it that way, because it's curved. So you have to hold it. That's just the way it goes. And then how you decide to close it, like I said, is totally up to you. A magnet would work. But personally, if I'm giving this as a gift, I'm gonna put like a glue dot or a dimensional. Actually, I'd probably use a glue dot and close it up. That will hold it. Maybe 2 glue dots, one on each side. Let's try that. I can always get rid of it if I want to give this as a gift. So we'll do one right there, and one right there. And bring it up and close it. And then you have to make this thing make a pocket. So it's gotta pop out after you've there you go. Oops, nope. kind of, there you go. I got it popped out, and then hold it down, and there you go. It makes a very cute pocket. You can always put ribbon around it, but it's holding it very well. As long as you don't overstuff the envelope, that will work out just fine. Again, the names of the things are Pretty Pillow Box, Cracker and Treat Box, Mini Pocket Envelope, and the last one is Design a Treat Box, and the stamp set is Bewitching, and the Witch Hat Builder Punch. I will list all of the supplies below. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Showed you lots of different things, maybe not to completion, but that way I could get in all 5 projects. This one, I don't think I explained it, but all it is, oops, I guess I should show you. I forgot that one. So it's a clear envelope. It's under the envelope section in the catalog. It's medium clear, and essentially I just put in the 2 treats, peeled this off, pulled it down, and you can make it as big or small as you want. I mean, you can go all the way up here and put something really big in there. And then I just used tear and tape, put that down, and then put a dimensional and put it on here. As you can see, I colored it in just for fun, but that way the witch looks like she's under her hat. Okay, well, this one was a little disjointed, but you got it all in. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.